Hey guys, with the latest patch, a really cool feature related to farming has been added to the game. It will make the lives of farmers and cooks a lot easier. All about that in this video. Let's take a look at the patch notes. Here it says you can exchange special grade crops into high quality or white crops. One special turns into 2 high quality or 4 white crops. This only works for the 4 crops listed, other crops can't be exchanged. To exchange crops, you can simply go to any seed vendor. If you got any specials in your inventory, you'll get the option to exchange them. Fun fact, you can crash your game doing this. We don't know yet exactly what causes it, but the quantity of the exchanged crops matters. So to be on the safe side, don't exchange more than 10k crops at once. And the crop exchange feature is insanely useful for cooks who farm their own crops. Before, if you wanted to cook with white or high quality crops, you had to farm them yourself. But now you can simply farm specials and exchange them down. But Summer, white and high quality seeds have way higher yield than specials, aren't they more efficient? They do have higher yield, but to farm specials we can use magical seeds, which are basically a bundle of 5 special seeds, so they're a huge time saver. As you can see, I'm a huge fan of magical seeds. Let's see if I can convince you that they are much more efficient than white and high quality seeds. For that, let's consider 10 10-slot fences, so 100 farming slots. White seeds have a reputation for being efficient because we can buy the seeds from a vendor and get to harvest the full 100 slots. At 65 crops per plant plus side drops, we'll get about 6.6k white crops. Harvesting those 100 slots takes about 15 minutes of active time. Compare that to magicals. Here we have to farm sustainably, meaning we breed enough for a full replant, leaving a third to harvest. Harvesting yields a bit over 1k crops in total, which we can exchange into 4.3k whites. That alone is not better than white seeds, but magical seeds have 3 major advantages. Only dealing with 20 seeds means a fraction of the time and energy spent. And the breeding also yields fruits for alchemy and byproducts which we can exchange into stone-tail fodder. For high quality seeds, the difference is even more obvious. We also have to farm sustainably and get 2k crops in 15 minutes, which is the same as what we get after exchanging the special crops for magicals, but with much more time spent. In other words, white and high quality seeds are 100% outclassed by magicals. There's one little caveat though, doing magical seeds requires artisan 1 farming, so if you're not artisan yet, you better get on that. To wrap this up, here's again how many materials you can expect out of magical seeds on a 10x10 farm. Effectively, this change means if you want to farm for cooking, you don't have to spend hours a week flipping your farms anymore. With magicals, farming only takes a few minutes of your active time a day. And even if you don't want to farm for whatever reason, you'll have easy access to white, high quality and special crops now. Which brings us to another question. Which grade of crop should you cook with? I'm gonna say it depends. For a better answer, we need a bit of background about material substitutions. Looking at the substitution chart for the crops in question, onion, garlic, pepper and hot pepper, 1 high quality crop can replace 3 white in a recipe. A special replaces, let's just say, more than you'll ever need realistically. Based on this and the exchange rates, you can actually work out which grade yields the highest number of crafts when exchanged from special. For recipes like grilled sausage that take 1 crop, white grade is obviously the best choice. For recipes with 2 crops, we'll use high quality. Technically we could also use white, but high quality are lighter since we only need 1 per craft. For 3 crops we also use high quality. Since high quality can't substitute more than 3 whites, we'll use special for anything above that. Now that that's sorted out, there's a really cool thing I want to show you. The crop exchange was actually implemented into bdolytics within 1 day of this patch, so huge props to Warflash, the creator of the site. If you're not familiar with bdolytics, it's an insanely useful site for life skillers and I definitely recommend to check it out. Let's say that we're cooking grilled sausage and we want to tell bdolytics that we're exchanging special onions into white onions. For that, simply select white onions in the ingredient drop-down and then expand the recipe. This tells bdolytics that you cook with white onions which were exchanged from special onions. So special onions go on the shopping list, as you can see here. For 1k crafts of grilled sausage we need 1k white onions or 250 special onions after exchanging. This makes it so essentially one white onion is worth a quarter of a special onion. In other words, crops for cooking just became a whole lot cheaper. That about wraps it up. In my eyes, these changes are a huge quality of life improvement for farmers and cooks, and I hope to see more of that from PA in the future. Take care!